The sun is streaming down on a warm July evening here at Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington, where tonight Sounders FC2 plays host to Swope Park Rangers in midweek USL action. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN+. I'm Andrew Harvey alongside James Riley. And James, a belated happy 4th of July to you, and welcome back after the Kneifer World Football Cup in London.
I appreciate that. It's a pleasure to be back, and happy belated 4th to you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk more about your adventures in London probably during the match. But looking at tonight's action, James, for Sounders 2, we spoke midweek with John Hutchinson, and he had nothing but praise for the work of his fellow countryman Jesse Daly, who's integrated into the squad.
Yeah, absolutely. Daly's integrated well, and the characteristics that Hutchinson has described, as we spoke about, is his desire to win and compete, and you need that first and foremost. Coming on a midweek game after somewhat disappointing result over the weekend to really bounce back, you have a game, short-term memory to get back onto the right foot.
Well, Sounders 2 returning home after a pair of road losses. They'll be hoping to get off to a quick start against Swope Park Rangers, who are 8-4-4 so far this season. Kickoff coming up moments away here on ESPN+. Welcome back to Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington, where we're seconds away from the opening kick between Sounders 2 and Swope Park Rangers. Let's get into the starting lineup. First up for the visiting Swope Park. First of all, a correction, Carlton Belmar has not made the trip out to the Pacific Northwest, but when you look at this lineup, particularly with Haji Berry out on the wing, there's still plenty of danger from Swope Park.
Of course, yeah, Haji Berry, very capable, very athletic, great build, great pace, great physicality, and definitely has the skill to put some in the back of the net.
Looking at S2, it's a couple changes here, reflected the fact that S2 have another home game here on Sunday, but you're still seeing some academy kids, particularly out on the left, Gabe Threadgold and Kai Briscoe both getting the nod in John Hutchinson's starting 11. Of course, David Estrada, the man with 7 goals. That's Haji Berry right there. And the wing play is something we've been told to really expect to be interesting in this matchup. Swope Park have so much speed and talent out on the wings, and S2 right now dealing with it. Of course, Denzo Ulysses was victimized by Carlton Belmar in that first game, and it looks like he'll be lining up against Haji Berry tonight, so we'll see how he fares against him. Your referee is Joseph Dickerson, assistants Seth Martin and Josh Hames, and the 4th official is Levi Rippey.
No, you alluded to it. I mean, essentially it comes down to duels. It comes down to duels, individual duels. So there'll be matchups across the field. Ideally, you want to be able to consistently win 7 to 9 of those duels over the course of the game. And that puts you on the right foot to get a result at the end of the day.
Well, S2 in Rave Green with blue shorts. We'll move from right to left on your screen. And as Joseph Dickerson gets us underway, Swope Park in white tops with orange shorts will be headed back the other direction. Silva out to Marr on the far side. That'll roll through for Callie Brown.
Important for S2 today to really set the tone, set the pace. At home again, all 3 of their wins have come at home, so this is definitely an opportunity to add to that tally.
That's Jesse Daly working on getting dialed in there. Put that ball behind Denzel Ulysses. This is the lone USL action of the evening, but there will be plenty more on the weekend. Just as an athlete and a former pro, James, did it ever throw off your rhythm when you had to deal with some of these Tuesday fixtures, the Thursday games?
Yeah, no, you plan accordingly. Having been in the league for a while, you just plan accordingly. You love to be able to, anytime you have an opportunity to represent the badge that you wear, it's an opportunity to get better and win games. But these guys are pros, and they'll handle it accordingly.
Well, Swope Park certainly going the route of rotation. And a little bit of extracurriculars there. 6 changes to a lineup that beat Las Vegas Lights 3-2 in Swope Park. Of course, that game was back on the 24th of June. It's been a long wait for Swope Park to see the field for USL play.
Yeah, Swope electing to rotate their lineup. Paulo Nagamura, MLS stalwart, great player, great competitor, believes in the depth of his squad and has chosen to rotate it a bit on this trip here to Seattle.
Ball over the top looking for Estrada. Works his way to Mar. Matt Lewis. And give and go. Colton Storm. And Storm's overhit that ball for Mar. One of the things we talk about often with the goalkeepers, but it affects the back line too, with the sight lines playing in a baseball stadium. Genie home to the Tacoma Rainiers of the AAA minor league baseball system. Could throw off the sight lines and just make it a little bit tougher.
Definitely. I mean, I'm sure they worked on that in the warm-ups, but until you get to the game and you're getting closed down at speed, it changes up a little bit. But we walked the pitch a little bit. We were there. It's in great condition, honestly. A great opportunity to display and show their skill tonight. And they wet it, which is great. So there's some dew on the field today. Helps the game skip, increases the pace of the game when they wet it. So they look to water it before the game and at halftime to really keep the pace of the game at a high level.
Kai Briscoe with the throw in there. Briscoe, of course, worked his way into the starting 11
Great ball
for a home game against Oklahoma City Energy. More on that in a moment. As here's Shannon Hopiau cutting into the left foot, and that one whistles wide of the left post.
Great hold-up play by Estrada. Fantastic ball out wide. Hopiau aggressive with it. Love it that Ulysses is overlapping on that as well. So good assertive play by S2 to start.
That's something that we have really noticed over the course of the season so far is that John Hutchinson, he really encourages his wing players to go at defenders.
Yeah.
See if he can make something happen.
And honestly, having played on the wing, that's how you really want to test the winger. You want to try to push a winger back as far as possible defensively. So you want to make him try to have to attack you. And if he doesn't, then you punish him by getting services in dangerous spots, by creating shots to make him respect you, that he has to honor your ability to get forward and aid in the attack.
Swope Park pressing in from the far side here. Baji jumps over a challenge, rolls it in the middle. It's Hernandez. And Jesse Daly sends it across midfield to a sweeper keeper, Eric Dick. The ball over the top, this one controlled by Mar. Chase Minter.
Good step by Sari.
And Estrada pulled down there.
Unlucky, and you want Estrada to get rid of that a second sooner. Hopiau's there, just play him in. Avoid the contact, get in the box, create an opportunity. You saw Hopiau held the line, was reading it perfectly. An early ball by Estrada springs him, and they're penetrating the goal.
Rodrigue Ele back as a regular fixture for S2. Had to miss a couple matches after he broke his hand early in this season. Of course, he finished the match where he actually broke it. No shortage of toughness from the Cameroonian. Well-weighted ball has found Jesse Daly. Daly has an option in Hopiau on the far sideline. Going at Mar, the man in the captain's armband. Hopiau gets an edge on him. Comes into the box, but is dispossessed by the tackle from Barnathan.
Good aggressive play by Hopiau again. his ability to go at defenders 1v1, his size, he can be a menace. So he just needs to continue with that mentality throughout the entire game. And the team needs to find him in good spots.
Take under a bit of pressure. Picks out Lewis. And Lewis sends it long. Wilson Harris. Losing out on it there. Swope Park have had the lion's share of possession so far, 6 minutes in.
Yeah, it's important for S2 that when they win it, that they're able to connect that first 2 to 3 passes just to start the rhythm. Right there you see an early giveaway leads to an opportunity for Swope Park. If S2 can really look to connect their first 2 to 3 passes out of transition, they've done well.
Blackwood in along the near side has won a corner for Swope Park, first of the evening. It'll be Chase Minter to send it in. Minter joined from Real Monarchs last season, so used to playing on MLS-affiliated clubs that are very successful in the USL Western Conference. This one looks to be an outswinger. Dropping in, hit to the back post. Jesse Daly was there.
And with Swope, you see their synchronized movement on the set piece. Multiple guys moving at the same time, some picks, some chaos, and they were able to get to the first.
And here it is. You take another look. A lot of bodies moving the right direction. And one thing that is definitely not in doubt, a notable size advantage for the visitors this evening. Long throw, trying to tee up another set piece. LA heads it clear of the area. Silva sends it back in. And a long-range effort from Minter is skied, and that one over the left field wall.
and with the size difference you alluded to, absolutely. And so as S2, you want to really be able to connect defensively, be touch tight, and get a bump on anyone that's challenging for a header to throw his timing off.
Another look at that Minter shot there. Francisco Narbonne looking for Estrada over the top. And of course, the height difference will cause problems on the defensive end, and David Estrada will also have a tough time winning a ball out of the air against Lewis and Barnathan tonight.
Meanwhile, for me, has to do better there.
Ball finds Hernandez, now Blackwood. The Englishman has it poked away by Briscoe. Silva looking for Barry. It's going to reach him. Cuts back against Ulysses. That shot is scuffed. Still inside the area now.
And this goes back to what I said earlier about winning your individual duels. Hopiao had an opportunity to win his individual duel, this time defensively, which is important. Doesn't do so, overcommits, allows penetration by Swope Park that leads to chances there. So that's what I talk about, being able to win your individual duels, both offensively, defensively, and in transition.
Another midfield scrum. Ulysses cleans this one up. Hit it toward Estrada, but Estrada was offside. It comes through for Eric Dick. Hernandez. Pressured by LA, who's drawn well out of the back line here. Barnathan taking some space. Minter turns. Considers and goes back to Barnathan. Now Marr along the far sideline. He's going to make a move inside. Gets underneath Hopiao. Into the middle. A shot toward goal and buried into the left side of the net. An early advantage for Swope Park.
Tremendous goal by Swope. Comes out of possession in the attacking third. Not enough urgency to close down guys, to bump guys, to leave a little foot in to disrupt play. They allow possession too easily, and it leads to a great opportunity by Swope Park.
Look at it there.
It's a great first touch. Great first touch to set him up on the half volley. Pops up, hits it on the half volley. Great goal.
That's Felipe Hernandez, who powers it in and puts Swope Park on top, 1-0. Too much time and space for him.
Yeah, S2 needs to do a better job of closing down the space with urgency, especially when you're when Swope Park's in the attacking third. You have to be able to close down guys.
That Hernandez's first goal of the season, and it comes in timely fashion, right in the 10th minute. of course, James, this is generally true for most clubs, but Swope Park all time very good when they grab the first goal. 32 wins, 4 losses, and 8 draws when they strike first. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportsamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50.
S2 needs to have a good response. The best opportunity to score goals right after you've given one up. These are critical moments, these next 5 to 7 minutes. Look for them to create an opportunity or two.
Another promising header up toward Harris. Ball running out wide now. Briscoe is there. Threadgold making the run down the line. And the service was too internal for him. Now Lewis. Estrada in hot pursuit. Lewis gets it away. Another ball won by Hernandez in open space. Well, apart from the goal, James, it really does feel like Swope Park has seized the initiative here in the first 10.
Yeah, they've definitely dug in a bit. They have a bit more traction in this game just by their ability to connect passes, stay compact defensively, but really connect through the middle and attacking third. They've already created a set-piece opportunity. You saw the synchronized movement on there. And then with the goal, just an ability to connect passes simply in the attacking third, find the open man, pass and move, lead to that opportunity and a goal.
Francisco Narbonne's giving away the free kick here at the edge of the defensive third. Chase Minter is over the ball. Maher available down line as a near side option. You saw him just trot out of your screen moments ago. And Joseph Dickerson saying something to the various defenders. Minter spins this one toward the back post. And there's too much on that ball. It's out for a goal kick.
You had the opportunity to hang out with a couple of the S2 or the entire S2 team at the Special Olympics event here in Seattle on Monday night, and Monday afternoon, and they just got back from their trip to LA. A lot of times, a team outing like that can actually ignite them and show some team camaraderie. The entire team, starting 11, was there to support the Special Olympics Seattle at the unified soccer game that I played in, but they were there, they were in good spirits, and sometimes you just need that to see that, you know, sometimes there are bigger things than soccer, that this is an opportunity for them to connect as a team. And so for me, I've been looking for that to transition into this game tonight, that energy that they showed there at the Special Olympics event.
I could hear the groan from the crowd. They liked that ball as it was headed in toward Gabe Threadgold as he got behind the back line. Just took a scuff off the grass and rolled beyond his reach. But now certainly James, you know, it's one of those things too that, of course, when the national version of Special Olympics makes it to Seattle, through ball there picked up by Dick. Of course, Seattle and the way soccer is received in this city, huge turnout for a lot of those games, a lot of neutral fans coming out. Silva underneath that ball, won back by Estrada.
This is a matchup I like to see S2 really try to use a bit more. Hopiao being able to pull out wide, be isolated 1v1, initiates the overlap from Ulysses. I think if they get back to the wide channels, they'll have some success.
Anthony Burke-Gilroy.
You see Swope Park's very compact centrally. This is a good bout of just controlled possession by S2. Just pass and move, find the open man, 1-2 touch. Helps you dictate the rhythm, helps you build confidence as a team. No rush, plenty of time in this game.
Now they found Daly. Briscoe. Sorry. For Burke-Gilroy. Back to Ele. Ele wanting Uzman to make a run here. It's a high ball. Uzman underneath it. tried to go in with it first time. That one looks like it may have gone over the end line, and it has. It's an S2 corner.
Tremendous spell of possession by S2 there. Patient movement, initiates an opportunity to hit a big searching ball, switching ball. Springs Ulysses, great effort to try to hit that first time across the face. Need more runners in the box, but is able to get a corner out of it. That's the type of sustained possession S2 are capable of and need to add more into their game, because channels and avenues will open up. The more you can have Swope Park shift, you'll create opportunities.
There'd been a moment's confusion about whether or not it was a corner or a throw-in. It is a corner. Ray Sari is set to take it. And the referee now wants to have a word with Shandon Hopiao, who is making himself known inside the 6-yard box.
And something I've wanted more from S2 this year is have more numbers in the box. You're down 1-0 at home. Really just get numbers in the box. Here we go. That's the numbers I like to see.
Curled in. It's over the head of Briscoe. Daly, his first touch takes him out wide. And he's dispossessed.
So it's good by S2 there to really flood the box with numbers, really try to keep second balls alive, get to that, challenge that first ball, get to that first ball, try to pin in Swope Park, not only that initial set piece, but on the secondary set piece as well, or the secondary opportunity.
Even though nothing came from that corner kick, James, will that bout of possession, that extended series, do things to help build up S2 as they're looking to pull back and equalize?
Absolutely. So now you would want them to do it again. Let's see if they do it. Just knock the ball, pass and move, find gaps, circulate the ball, create good angles. Don't hide from the ball, demand it.
Narbonne hard up for Daly. It's picked off by Silva. That's a nasty collision between the two of them. Narbonne draws the free kick. No real ill will. That pretty much is about as 50-50 as a ball like that gets, but definitely Narbonne taking the worst of that collision.
Yeah, it's a tough tackle.
Take another look at it.
We'll see if there's any studs up.
And Narbonne, first one to the ball.
Could be. Left studs shown, displayed. Referee on top of it with the foul. Easily now you've seen with the studs up shown how easily that could be a red card. Studs up like that, very, very dangerous. Dangerous lunge. You see Coach Hutchison talking about it now with the referee.
Both the
assistant
referee and the fourth official over there.
Really hurt. Yeah, that's a tough challenge. Honestly, that's a bookable sending off for that type of challenge with the studs up, leading in with a straight leg.
I don't want to have read too much into it, but it looks like someone may have just signaled for the stretcher team. Narbonne down on the pitch, and this potentially disastrous for Sounders too. John Hutchinson asking permission from the referee to go out and check on his boy. He'll do it. We'll take another look here, a different angle.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Get some studs up. The player's honestly reaching for the ball. There's no really malicious intent from my point of view. The studs are exposed. It's a tough one. Sometimes that's just the reality of this game. There'll be some hard challenges. And it's at the referee's discretion whether he reads into that or not for either a bookable offense, a foul, or a sending off.
The law, of course, does not factor in intent when it comes to situations like this, so we'll see if there's anything in it. But either way, I mean, just for the moment of the match, losing Narbonne is a huge blow, but on a broader sense, too, he means so much to this team as a spiritual leader.
Narbonne, good veteran presence, competitor, someone that battles. You saw it in his ability or willingness to put his body on the line. It was an unfortunate injury for S2. You hope that the player's okay.
And the concern on his teammates' face is evident there as they come over to get some water. Clock, of course, continuing to run right now. We've hit the 20th minute, but we can expect to see substantial added time when the first half ends. And now Dickerson wants a word. He's called Silva over. He's reaching for his back pocket,
yeah.
and it's a straight red card to Mateus Silva. Swope Park going to plead their case, but not with as much fury and vigor as you usually see. And I think, given the circumstances, especially since that tackle's been shown a couple times now on the in-stadium replay, there's little doubt.
Very tough with that for the referees. He was on top of it. Again, the intent of the tackle wasn't for me to hurt the player. It was an honest attempt at the ball. But again, the studs are exposed. So anytime you put yourself in that predicament and expose yourself that way, you are allowing yourself to be sent off if you do connect with the player.
And the law of the game, the language is very clear. If the referee feels a challenge was made with reckless or excessive force, then it can be seen as a sending off offense. So
Unlucky
Silva's
for the
night is
player.
done.
Unlucky for Silva, because I didn't think the intent was there. I see exactly what he's trying to do, and unlucky for Narbonne to have suffered this injury so early in this game.
You see there, Swope Park head coach Paulo Nagamura talking to a couple of his players. John Hutchinson now patrolling the S2 sideline, so we'll likely see a substitution for Francisco Narbonne. Will Nagamura elect to make a tactical switch early as well after losing his holding midfielder?
And for me, it's a testament to the referee. I thought he did well. I thought he was brave to have the decision to send off the player. But we realize how quick this game is, how fast this game is. So he was actually right in front of it. And for him, again, similar to me, didn't judge the initial foul to be as egregious as it's turned out, but doesn't have the benefit of VAR at the moment. So was able to speak with his group, with his team of referees there, and then ultimately made the decision to send off Silva.
Gio Miglietti coming on now for the Sounders for their first substitution here in the 23rd minute. Miglietti making his first appearance, going by the official stat sheet, an academy player.
Yeah, a sight you don't like to see. Narbonne still there, hands on his head, still seems to be in some pain.
You see Narbonne being carted off on the John Deere there. Miglietti looks to be going to center back where he'll coordinate with Rodrigue Ele. James, obviously from the tactical nature, you don't see too many substitutions to a back line.
Right.
Normally, if things go well, you prepare to play a game and develop chemistry with one unit of players. What happens, especially as a new player being introduced in a situation like this?
Yeah, again, you just want to come in, do the simple things right early on, build into the game, win your first duel, win a head ball, win a second ball. You see the crowd applauding, giving a standing ovation to Narbonne here, appreciating his efforts and the sacrifice that he made to go into that challenge. Again, you want to hope that the player's okay.
Narbonne being carted off as we resume play here at Cheney Stadium. And though the emotions don't really want us to, we will press on nonetheless. Thread gold there, going ahead for Briscoe.
So with a man advantage, it's an opportunity for S2 to really press the game, but be very cautious and aware of Swope Park on the break. So they don't want to overly press. They're not cognizant that they're being exposed and that they give something up on the break. Be patient, be urgent, dictate the pace of the game with the numbers up advantage, and take your chances when they come, but don't expose yourself.
Throw in from Carlton Storm. Ball back in the middle. Hernandez applying the pressure to Miglietti. Lewis, underneath that ball, heads it all the way to the hands of Callie Brown.
So this is when you want the team to shift. You can wear out Swope Park just by constant movement of the ball, skipping passes, skipping players when need to be, big switches. Just have them have to shift and rotate, and the gaps and seams will open up off of that.
Swope Park dropping into a 4-4-1. Pretty much the universal choice of teams that have been reduced to 10 men. Bert Gilroy gets that out to thread gold.
For me, again, the opportunities are on the flanks. To overload a side, really get numbers up on a flank, to set up an up, back, and through, to set up an overlapping run. 1-2s, or just to isolate a winger to go 1v1.
Hopiau in for Daly, gets it back from him. Wide for Ulysses. Ulysses going at Mar. Drops it off for Bert Gilroy. Trying to work their way in. James, at the top of the broadcast, you'd said that Swope Park were very compact defensively. By comparison, now they're looking like multi-million-year-old sandstone. But that is the situation. You're down a man and do have a goal, so if you can prevent S2 from scoring.
Yep. And you saw the experience of Paulo, not only as a player, but as an up-and-coming coach here. As a red card was given, not a lot of controversy from his side. Lets his assistants take care of it. He was already getting his players ready for the adjustments. He's seen it as a player. He's seen it as a coach. You move on from it. You still have a game to win. And he made the adjustments accordingly with his players to correct the formation, to put them in the best position to win this game.
Ball trickles over the far sideline. Swope Park will take the throw. USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. Daly's won that back for S2. That ball awkwardly in space. LA just has to dump it out the near sideline.
Again, S2 just needs to be sharper now. Man advantage honestly doesn't get any easier because Swope Park is more compact, so your passes and the urgency of your passes still have to be crisp and sharp.
Barnathan head to Haji Berry. Berry chopped down by Miglietti.
That's also another way to get into the game. Some physical play. For me, could have been a booking, but a good way to get yourself into the game.
Hopiau with another reaching challenge. Hit far side for Blackwood.
Again, add a possession, add a transition. If S2 can connect their first 2 to 3, 4 passes, allows them to get control of it and dictate the rhythm a bit better.
Hard running there from Wilson Harris. Harris, 18 years old, just signed to a full-time USL contract after coming through the Sporting Kansas City Academy system. Of course, he's already the second youngest goal scorer in Swope Park Rangers history. LA up for Sari. Ball picks out Briscoe. He tried to get it quickly up to thread gold, but Storm was there. And it last went off Storm. It'll be S2's throw. Briscoe picks out Sari. Minter coming up and forces the errant pass from Miglietti.
Miglietti, you can see the tendencies of a young player, not fully set and comfortable with the ball at his foot in that middle third. And you see the errant pass there, just not on the same page.
Ball won by Harris. Now it's Haji Berry. Berry gets by LA, drops it off. Harris, he'll carry him wide. And battle down in the corner. Jesse Daly wins the goal kick. Brown restarting it short. That's something Sounders, too, have very much emphasized this year, is they like to play the ball out of the back and really build it up using the entire length of the field.
It's no problem if they're able to do it consistently. We've seen early on in the season how they've put themselves in a hole and given up opportunities by doing so. So again, for me, it's picking and choosing when's a good time to do so and when do you need to lift the ball up the field, challenge for the first one and try to win the second balls. With a man advantage, they'll have space to do so. So now this, for me, this is where S2 can press the game, really lock it in, get numbers forward here, lock Swope Park into their own defensive third.
32nd minute now. Swope Park leads 1-0 on a goal in the 10th minute from Felipe Hernandez. Of course, Swope Park also playing with 10 men. Ball over the top toward Briscoe here. Dick off his line quickly collects it. Long ball finds Blackwood. Attempting to work the give and go with Hernandez. Colton Storm will take the throw-in. One away by S2. And Colton Storm appears to have just talked his way into a yellow card. And he is cautioned here in the 33rd minute. Well, you take a look at that, and
could be another red there. Just again, Colton letting his emotions get the best of him. For me, you have VAR, you have replay. It could be a sending off offense, but you have the AR there that could also inform the center referee that it's a red card. Colton and Swope Park very fortunate not to have their second sending off of the day.
Oh, and to pull back the curtain a little bit, if you look at that replay, you'll actually see the assistant referee puts his hand up on his chest. That's the sign language used between refs to signify that the foul is guilty and worthy of a yellow card.
Yes.
If he had put it on his back pocket, he would have been saying, give him a red.
Absolutely. Very well said. S2 just needs to connect passes. 1-2 touch, pass and move, find the open man.
Little flick to Burt Gilroy. He puts that off Minter and wins the corner.
The more often they can penetrate Swope Park, get behind their block of four. They're playing with 2 blocks of 4 with 1 in front. For me, their opportunities on the flank play, and you saw that there. Just to get the ball wide in the channels, get numbers up, get some combinations.
Ball from Sari. LA goes up and gets the header and fouled his defender in the process.
You have 4 in the box right there for S2. For me, again, not enough. Especially down a play, down a goal, up a man. For me, you need to get 5, 6, maybe even push 7 guys into the box. You know you're going to serve it unless you're really working on short corners. Get the ball in dangerous areas. Allow your guys to attack it.
Swope Park player's gone down, stayed down behind the play. Appeals for a free kick. Referee waves for play to continue. As it is Tyler Blackwood who's still down. S2 moving the ball past midfield here. And now a tussle on the near sideline.
Again, S2 just really putting themselves in difficult positions. Honestly, I know saying pass and move and find the open man definitely sounds easier than it is, but just putting yourself in positions to receive the ball correctly with your body and protecting the ball to draw a foul or just getting it off your foot is all they really need to do. Even if the ball has to travel only 5 feet, 5 yards, just pass and move, look to get it back, develop a rhythm, connect some passes, and have a bit more of synchronized movement.
Well, the replay of the incident that felled Tyler Blackwood just showed on your screen. On the initial glance, it didn't seem to be much in it. pretty much the only thing we can be certain of as we tick into the middle of the 36 minute right now, James, is that we'll probably play at least 5 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half.
Right.
Blackwood climbing his way back to his feet now. And off the near side. Well, both teams very well hydrated. No real need to be. Game time temperature is very pleasant out here.
Yep.
Still, though, I'm sure that a little bit of extra water never hurt anyone.
Need some electrolytes in there. Water's not enough, Andrew. Not when you're playing a game. Need some electrolyte replenishment.
Break out the salt packets, James. We should do that up here. We look ready to restart here. Ref just getting a final word. And Swope Park taking that free kick toward Barry. Brown calling off Milietti. He'll pick it up. Immediately rolls it to him. Burt Gilroy's put that one well wide of the net. Brown out to collect. LA. In for Thread Gold. Sorry. Pulls back, looking at the left side of the field, going over the top toward Briscoe, and went over the top of Briscoe.
Good play.
Heads that down nicely for Hopiau. That one comes behind Estrada. Back to Hopiau. Through now for Daly. The flag has stayed down. Daly goes for goal. And on a moment's hesitation, the assistant referee has raised his flag for offside. Had been very close as to whether or not J.C. Daly had made a beautiful run or not. Take another look at it here. Hopiau threads that ball through. Can't quite tell from that angle. But a promising chance canceled out by the assistant referee's flag.
Critical moments here leading into that end of the first half for S2 to really push for a goal. Last 5 minutes of a half, a critical time to either defend a goal or really attack for a goal. We'll see what S2 does.
Hopiau looking for Daly on the ground, turned over.
Again, too many passes. They're looking to go centrally. They need to be able to open up in the wide channels.
Ulysses wins it back. Burt Gilroy. Daly turns. Daly tripped up, and referee says the ball was won cleanly. Through ball going the other way is overhit. S2 retains possession. James, especially when you're playing against a team that has 10 men, how important is it to try to score a goal before they get into halftime and have a chance to get themselves fully organized?
Yeah, no, very important. You wanted to see a bit more urgency by S2 right after the red card was given. You allow them to get into halftime, kind of reassess their plans. It becomes even that much more difficult to break them down in the second half because they're organized as a collective unit to what they want to do, but I'm sure they've gone through this functional play before. I'm sure S2 has done the same. So now it's a battle of what did we learn at training? How did we implement it to really push for either an equalizer or to keep the result of the game?
Ball knocked away from the foot of Jesse Daly. Milietti up to Ulysses. Back heel there. Hopiau wasn't anticipating it. 5 minutes plus a likely large amount of stoppage to play. Swope Park leading 1-0.
And for me, too many flicks I've seen in this first half. Honestly, just get the ball set, be strong, hold the ball up. lay it off, spin out. Too many flicks given up too easily in possession by S2.
Swope Park out to Blackwood, who's drifted inside here. Corralled by Barnathan. And Harris giving chase, although the flag up on Wilson Harris as well. Want to get exclusive video content and photography from across the USL? Make sure to follow the league's official Instagram account at USL Soccer. Swope Park dropped very far defensively. Long ball over the top, headed back toward Estrada. Can he bring it down? Hopiau now. Hopiau across the face of goal and headed up by Barnathan. Daly fighting to get underneath it. Briscoe trying to tuck it back inside. Daly atop the 18. Poked away by Anthony Burke-Gilroy. And now Haji Berry going to hold on to the ball, alleviate the pressure, and swing it to the near sideline, where
Good
Hernandez
action.
collects it.
Yep, good action by S2 there.
Back in for Berry, ties up for Milietti.
Multiple attempts, good services. The lines were edged up to sustain the pressure, recirculate it. Again, errant pass leads to this transition. An opportunity to correct in the zone 5 right at the top of the box. Errant pass by two players leads to the sustained possession by Swope Park. But the build-up and sustained pressure was good. A bit more of that from S2, and they'll create more chances in this as we get to the end of the first half and into the second half.
Free kick given to the visitors. John Hutchinson still has words for the fourth official. And Minter set to send this ball in. Near side run from Storm. Minter, though, serves it across the face of goal. Headed down in the area. And volley clear by Ray Sari. That one skips by the defender. Haji Berry collects. Berry onto his right. 3 defenders in front of him. And the fourth closes down and concedes the corner.
Again, it's the little things. Hopiau with an opportunity to settle that ball down out of transition. Initiate the counterattack. Tries to clear it. Mishits it. Leads to this opportunity here. It goes out for a corner for Swope Park. And then, of course, they're going to milk it. A little bit of gamesmanship here. No need to rush it. Take their time. But a dangerous set piece opportunity to give up at the end of a half.
Barnathan and Berry in front of goal there. Initial header won and safely into the hands of Callie Brown.
Great outlet.
Quickly finds Estrada. Back to Briscoe. Milietti. We're being told that it will be at least 8 minutes added on here in the first half. Ball over the top from Ele. Daly tracking underneath it. Collision off the ball. Play continues. Milietti looking for Threadgold. And that one overhit.
Again, looking for S2 again. Connect passes. Wanting Sari to step up and just demand the ball a bit more. He needs to be the one hitting those big balls, connecting play, dictating the pace, not only offensively, or not only defensively, but offensively. He has the capability to do so. We've seen it.
Estrada runs through a couple of challenges. And another from Minter. Now finds Hopiao. Hopiao, quick cross. It's over the head of Dick. Headed back in by Threadgold. Daly collides with his defender. Was really selling out to get to that ball. Meanwhile, Swope trying to get the break going. Ooh. And Briscoe sends that back to Brown.
Great hold-up play by Estrada, ability to bounce off tackles, spring a player. Hopiao settled, was able to deliver a good ball to the back post that was headed back across. Again, flank play for me is what S2 can do to really continue to create chances in this game.
Daly spins out of a deflection from the referee. Daly going back to Ray Sorry. Sorry now cuts back to his right foot, chips it to the far post. Ulysses sends it back across the face of goal, but there's no one there and the ball's too high.
Again, we said it. We said S2 would create chances in the last 5 minutes of this half. Good teams are able to capitalize on those chances. Another good chance, good creative idea there by Sorry. You need someone to really just take the responsibility and have a shot on goal. But the play wide, the flank play wide, then creates space centrally, and you saw them attack centrally there. Sorry and Daly, just an ability to combine those two players. Were able to split open Swope Park Rangers, create an opportunity.
Ulysses into Hopiao. Estrada.
Good tackle. Great tackle to read that, or else Hopiao's through.
All time from Lewis.
Well done by Sorry. This is how you want to sustain pressure.
Sorry, lifts one toward Hopiao.
Good synchronized movement there between Hopiao and Ulysses allows a clear opening for Sorry to play Hopiao. You want his body shape as Hopiao receives it to just be a bit more advanced and forward thinking, but it was still a good synchronized display.
For Gilroy over the top for Threadgold, and boy, poor Gabe Threadgold out on that left wing has not had a reachable ball hit to him this afternoon.
Yeah, tough. Again, it comes down to that ball again, a really hopeful, searching, wishing ball. Just get the ball down, get it to players on your team that are capable of making those passes. You shouldn't have 8 playmakers on the field. You have 2, 3 playmakers that are capable of making those types of passes. Everyone else knows their role and works to accomplish those objectives.
Hernandez, having already scored a goal, feeling optimistic. Launched another one from long range. Sorry, wants Ulysses over the top. That's a well-struck ball. Ulysses, a touch. Can he keep it in? He does. Closed down by Mar.
It's a great ball. Again, you want to see him possibly go one time on that. He did it earlier. He has that capability. If he hits it first time across, you see Estrada had to step on his defender. That's when you want to hit that first time. Great ball by Sorry. Great run by Ulysses. Even better to stay with the play. But Estrada had to step on his man for a first-time service.
Kai Briscoe. Now
play
finds
again.
Threadgold. Ball runs behind David Estrada. Sorry steps up and wins it back, but Blackwood just lifts it in the air toward midfield.
Good play on that wing there. For me, you want to get a service in. You had 3 guys in the box. You had a 4th at the top of the 18. Whip the ball in. This late in the game, do something, whip it across the 6, give the 3 in the box an opportunity to challenge for it. Instead, tries to pull back, tries a combination play. We've seen a lot of errant passes in and around the attacking 3rd and 18 for S2. Just keep the game simple. Get the ball wide, whip it in, edge up the lines. You'll create opportunities, especially down a man where Swope Park is really blocking the center of the park.
Thread gold. Some nice footwork there. Estrada nutmegs the defender. Now along for Hopiau. Hopiau for Ulysses. Ulysses tries to square that ball. Desperate clearance from Swope Park. Leads to the corner.
Great play again. So S2 getting in some great spots. It's just that final ball, that final third. Ulysses chose for the cutback. Another opportunity or option would just be to put it right across the 6. As this ball, not even look, put it right across the 6, and you see all the runners. You had Estrada and Daly on that back post right across the 6-yard box.
Ray Sorry to the front post for LA. Back post headed toward goal and over the bar.
And you see better numbers for S2 there. 6 guys in the box for this set piece. That's what you want to see. 6, 7 guys in the box attacking it. You see the first flick by LA. Great flick. Estrada there on the back post. Unlucky not to be able to get that on frame. That's the aggressive, assertive play you want to see from S2. The last 10 minutes of this half have been very good for S2. If they can keep that momentum, build it into the second half, Swope Park will be tired. They'll continue to create chances, but they have to have this sustained pressure for 45 minutes into the second half.
Well, if you're just joining us, your eyes do not deceive you. That is 8 minutes of added time, and it is still the first half here at Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, where Swope Park playing with 10 men, lead by 1-0. Mateus Silva sent off back in the 21st minute for a harsh challenge on Francisco Narbonne, who had to be removed with an injury. Meanwhile, this is Haji Berry pressing on and conceding the goal kick. For a second, he'd...
Good defending.
Now up to thread gold. Last couple seconds of this first half. Is there one more S2 attack? Burt Gilroy for Sorry. Sorry looking left, goes toward Daly. Miglietti. And another errant pass from the youngster. Dick clears his lines, and that will be the last action of the first half. James, what does S2 have to do more of or change to smash in an equalizer?
For me, I think when Coach Hutch gets into the boardroom there, he's going to realize that most of their chances are coming from flank play. So for me, to continue to get numbers up on the flanks and just whip balls in the box. You've seen actually they've been getting a lot of joy out of doing that and causing a lot of trouble. So continue to do that, edge the lines up, and again, do not expose yourself for a counter on the backside of that.
Well, S2 are up a man, but they trail by a goal. We'll take a break here at Cheney Stadium. Sounders FC 2 trailing Swope Park Rangers 1-0.
I told you I'd give you directions to the greatest place on earth, what would you think? Would you pack your bags for Cali? Put on a little hat with mouse ears? No need. See, the greatest place on earth is right here in your backyard. I'm talking about Cheney Stadium, the South Sound's crown jewel and home of Tacoma Rainiers baseball. There's a little something for everyone at a Rainiers game. And when views of the field are this good and drinks are this cold, you'll get one taste and be hooked. Tickets are available at TacomaRainiers.com. Rainiers baseball. This is our city.
Hi, my name is Ray Sari, center mid, and I got one question for you.
I'm David Olson. I'm a forward, and I got one question for you.
I have one question for you. I'm Francisco Narbon. I'm a center mid. I got one question for you.
Do you S2?
Do you S2?
Do you S2?
I S2.
I S2. We S2.
We S2.
We S2.
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
Now I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it too.
Do you S2? What does S2 mean to me?
What does S2 mean to me?
Love. I suck. I got a question.
I got a question for you. I got a question.
Do you S2?
Lancaster! Cameron Lancaster! A dream of a goal!
Yeats inside the area, it's Hamilton! What a finish! Jordan Hamilton! What a strike!
Duperski getting in behind.
That ball from Mirkovic, and what an incredible goal from Paraski! Cordell Cato, oh my goodness, what a finish! Across the middle. Obanawi with the insurance goal. There it is! McInerney, good looking ball. Jack McInerney. Thinks it back in, flicked on. Kristenko. Brody inside the 18. Brody shot and a goal! Andrew Brody puts the Monarchs ahead in the 8th minute of play. This one sent in. Great effort! Tampa Bay equalized in the 90th. It's Damo Duro in his rowdy debut. Omi steps in. Omi shooting! Saved by Lynn! He protected the 2 points!
Looking overlap here on the cross, volleyed in, and beautifully saved.
Stepping forward, header is saved! Von Williams just barely knocking it away from Doyle.
Brandon Allen! Garces kept it out.
Here comes Fresno. Cooper! Safe keeper. Cohen gets in behind. Francois off of Ramjitzing. Francois again. Ramjitzing slaps it away. Lofted over the back line and saved by Pickens as he dives aside.
Welcome back to Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington, where through 45 minutes, Sounders FC2 trail Swope Park Rangers by 1-0 here on ESPN+. Thanks for joining us here at halftime. Andrew Harvey alongside James Riley. And James, compelling first 45 minutes, but still more to go.
Yeah, it was. Unfortunate for the injury to Narbonne. Don't think there was a malicious intent in the red card tackle, but nonetheless, you expose yourself, you expose your studs, you do put yourself in position to be sent off.
Well, let's take a look at some other action around the USL. Of course, this is the only match tonight, so we can take a pretty accurate look at the Western Conference standings. And we'll pull those up for you now. And James, obviously that 5-6 thing with Sacramento in 5th and Swope in 6th, especially up a goal right now. Very interesting.
Yeah, very, very much so. You definitely Swope Park know the importance of this fixture, and so they are definitely looking to get a result tonight, and you'll see them come out as a more organized unit in the second half to play in their 2 blocks of 4 with that one up high.
Absolutely. And of course, the other big news that's been happening for the last several months around the USL is the incoming expansion of USL Division 3, a league that is currently set to apply for actual sanction status with the United States Soccer Federation as the official 3rd tier of the pyramid, something that we've not had for a very long time.
Yep.
We've had the 1st, we've had the 2nd, we've had, I think, 3 4th divisions between the PDL and NPSL, but now we'll have a 3rd.
Yep.
And some really great markets that they're going to. Greensboro, Georgia, Madison, Wisconsin, places that are ready to fall in love with soccer, you'd say. And now they have the opportunity to.
Yeah, no, I agree. You alluded to it. I think the expansion of the game into those markets is great. You bring up Greensboro. For me, it's close to Wake Forest University, so I've flown into Greensboro very often. But a soccer unit, I mean, they have the soccer population to definitely support a Division III, squad. And I think, we'll be pleasantly surprised at how well supported these D3 teams are.
USL D3 hoping to begin play in 2019 with 12 to 16 teams. And for more news on that, be sure to go to uslsoccer.com. We'll take another break here at Cheney Stadium. Again, at the half, Sounders FC2 trail Swope Park Rangers 1-0.
Hi, my name is Ray Sari, center mid, and I got one question for you.
I'm David Olson. I'm a forward, and I got one question for you.
I have one question for you. I'm Francisco Narbon. I'm a center mid. I got one question for you.
Do you S2?
Do you S2?
Do you S2?
I S2.
I S2. We S2.
We S2.
We S2.
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
Now I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it too.
Do you S2?
What does S2 mean to me?
What does S2 mean to me?
Love. I suck. I got a question.
I got a question for you. I got a question. Do you S2?
Welcome back to Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington. Great aerial footage of what is a beautiful venue for soccer, and it is a beautiful evening for it. And from earlier this afternoon as the field was being watered. Getting ready to start the second half here. Again, Sounders FC 2 trail 1-0 at Swope Park Rangers here on ESPN+. As Felipe Hernandez scored the long-range goal back in the 10th minute. Managed to get the best of Sounders 2 keeper Callie Brown. And of course, the other major action of the first half was that Mateus Silva was sent off eventually in the 21st minute. He had gone in on a near 50-50 ball with his studs extended against Francisco Narbon. About 8 minutes prior to that, of course, Narbon eventually carted off the field, replaced by Gio Miglietti. See there, Jesse Daly and David Estrada over the ball, ready to get things going. Only other player in the book so far is Colton Storm. He was cautioned shortly after the half-hour mark. We're set to go. S2, moving from left to right on your screen here in the second half. Referee Joseph Dickerson blows his whistle, and we're underway. Daly quickly up the near side, looking for Hopiau. S2 hoping to retain that momentum that they built up in the latter moments of the first half. Of course, we'll see what Swope Park Rangers do under the orders of Paulo Nagamura in the second 45. LA. Square to Miglietti. Through ball there. Danger cut out by Maher.
You already see a difference in the second half. You see the center back carrying the ball now. He's looking to draw out a number. He carries the ball, looks to draw out a defender that allows a passing channel. If the defenders don't draw out and they continue to retreat, then he continues to dribble. So it's good penetrating run, drive by the center backs, which would, for me, will be essential in this second half for S2.
Ulysses, Hopiau, back for Ulysses now, and turned over. Swope Park have used a substitution. Roman Knox now on the pitch for the visitors. Came on at halftime as a sub. We'll try to get word about who was removed for him. Of course, several Swope Park players tonight doing a bit of a jersey shuffle. Yeah, numbers on the kits and the numbers on the shorts do not always match. Sometimes the reality of road travel, James.
Yeah, I know that all too well.
And the ball out the near side touchline. Well, Denzo Ulysses really struggled in that first match this season against Swope Park Rangers. Was victimized by the very talented Carlton Belmar. What do you make of his performance so far tonight, James?
Yeah, for me, he's been great over the course of the year after that game, and I think that could be an awakening. That could be an opportunity where you're challenged.
Daly sends it into the middle here. Estrada puts it back out wide. Still Daly. Burke Gilroy cuts it back, directed toward the far post, backheeled into the net, and the flag up for offside. Heartbreaker for S2. David Estrada looked like he'd grabbed number 8 on the year, but it did appear to be off.
Again, good driving play by S2. Some balls whipped into the box, runners in the box, numbers in the box, creates opportunities. But yeah, going back to Ulysses, for me, as an outside back, you have to be able to win your individual duel defensively. And then I think that game against Belmar exposed his defensive weaknesses. And for me, he's worked on those collectively as a unit, being more connected to his center back, and then individually being able to push that outside midfielder back by your attacking play. But then also when you do get isolated on that island, to be able to defend 1v1 and be able to win that duel. So I've liked him. I thought he's been bright over the course of the season. And he's gotten better and better with each game.
I'm hearing now that Wilson Harris, the forward, was the man who was removed at halftime in order to insert Roman Knox. Gabe Threadgold picking up that ball and just overhit from Anthony Burke-Gilroy. Roman Knox making his 6th appearance of the season for Swope Park. Put on here in what is no doubt an effort from Paulo Nagamura to just clamp down defensively and see this through to a short-handed 3 points on the road. Burke-Gilroy. Ball had gone out already. Header from Barry. And now Blackwood. And Briscoe tucks it over the goal line. Another corner opportunity for Swope Park. And James, you get a definite sense that you're not going to see much hurry out of Swope Park in the second half to take set pieces.
No, they're not. And I like how S2 set up. They're set up with 3, which forces Swope Park to be cognizant of that. So you see Swope Park defending with 3, almost a 4th, see him in the middle, but that keeps numbers out of the box. So you see Swope Park only with 4 in the box right now because of that formation by S2, which is smart by Coach Hutchison.
Minter, low hit ball.
And now you're set up on the break here. You have Estrada who needs some synchronized movements. You have to be able to connect that pass. Yeah, that's a break opportunity. You have to be able to, off that formation, to be able to have synchronized movements to then set up your combinations moving forward on the counterattack. We've seen it in the World Cup, how detrimental of a counterattack can be. Belgium, case in point. Fluid movement all the way down to the dummy by Lukaku to leave it for the oncoming runner, but the execution and orchestration of that counter was absolutely superb. And again, that comes in the 94th minute with the amount of work that had been put into the game. That's at the last kick of the game is off a counter.
Of course, James, the big thing about the World Cup, many of the matches happening very early in the morning West Coast time. James, you have an infant daughter. Is she an early riser, or is it a situation where have you been choosing soccer over sleep, or vice versa?
No, she's an early riser, and she loves to just be on my lap and watch the television. We are conscious of her screen time, but the fact that she can keep quiet and actually follow what's on the screen has been great. So she watched that counter live, which I can attest to. So that's good. That'll be a good story for me to tell.
Well, getting them started early.
And she watched the England penalty kick live
on my
lap, which was cool.
What a moment that was.
Right.
I'm sure if you have as many English friends as I do, as I'm sure you do for your time in the game.
Yes.
Busy day for your cell phone.
It was.
Just a great time of year, and always fun to see how soccer communities around the United States react to the World Cup, especially
Absolutely.
without the men's national team in it. There's still been tremendous response.
Very true. It took me a while to get into the World Cup without the U.S. national team in it, but
dangerous turnover here.
But since then, it's been spectacular.
Briscoe comes in well and clears out the danger. Now Kai
Great
Briscoe
run.
cut down, and he'll draw a free kick and a yellow card. That's Matt Lewis, the guilty party.
Excellent ability by Briscoe there. Brave to get that touch in before the defender comes in, draw the foul.
I'll look at it there.
Knows the defender's coming in, gets that touch in to draw the foul. Again, good, assertive, brave play by S2.
S2 have restarted here. Burke Gilroy, Daly. And he's muscled off the ball. Advantage played for Swope Park. Ball into space for Barry, and Barry offside. James, we had a chance now to glance at those stats from the first half. And obviously, as you might expect from being up a man, Sounders 2 with 67% of the possession.
Yes.
Anything else really jump off the page to you?
For me, I would like some more open play crosses. You see how dangerous they are. That dictates that S2 isn't really utilizing that advantage that they can be. Even at the full man, even when it was 11 v 11, I was saying that they had opportunities to have flank play. Even more so with the man advantage, that's where you're going to be able to penetrate them and get behind that line and create havoc. So for me, they need more open play crosses. And interesting, they're actually losing in duels.
Another corner kick opportunity for Swope Park. And once again, as you mentioned, Rangers limited in how many numbers they can commit forward as to have 3 men waiting at midfield.
Yep.
Minter will send in this ball from the near corner. In swinger now. Ray Sari got a header to it. Milietti further along. Hernandez with a big first touch. Keeps it in play. Back out near side to Minter. Just looking for a little bit of space. Gets by his man. Ray Sari puts in a shoulder and does well to win that back.
So again, love the formation off the defending set piece by S2. But I would want them to use it to their advantage. You're set up that way to actually break and initiate a counter. So that would be the next phase, the next step that I would like to see from S2. How do you expose teams on the break?
Paulo Nagamura watching on intently as his captain. Maher puts the ball back in play. And it's out for an S2 goal kick. Nagamura, a very experienced MLS player, almost 265 plus appearances in the American First Division in his time here in the States. And like you said, with the organization, you imagine probably a few of those matches have come when they were down a man.
Correct. Definitely has the mentality.
Daly toward goal, and Dick picks it up.
He was a great player to watch, tremendous competitor to play against, whether he was with the Galaxy or Sporting KC. And very fortunate you have another former player of a high pedigree transitioning into the coaching ranks. I only think that makes our game better, league better, especially when they have the credentials and he's gone through the badges appropriately. For me, that's tremendous. So kudos to Paulo Nagamura.
Storm got the ball by Kai Briscoe, but nothing else. creeping toward the hour mark here at Cheney Stadium. And James, you have to get the sense that if this hits the last 20 minutes and S2 haven't found an equalizer yet, Swope Park's just going to completely button up.
Yep. So they needed to continue to have the urgency and push forward and really change the predictability of their attack. This is an opportunity where you can see Daly or Sari move out wide, right, to create that man advantage. Shift out wide, get the outside back as high up the field as possible, have the midfielder tucked in. You'll create a lot of space, a lot of room with that, and be able to consistently transition from your own defensive third through the middle third and the attacking third. And that's where you want to be able to do, is consistently get into the attacking third, where you can get services off, shots off, combination play. But you've seen that very sporadically by S2 here, even with the man advantage. You want to see that a bit more predictable, a bit more consistent, a bit more synchronized.
Blackwood's done enough to win the throw-in on the far side. Referee encouraging Swope Park to play this throw-in a little bit more quickly. Shannon Hopiow doing the same. Blackwood finds Barry inside. Barry goes down in the box, and it's a penalty. Oh. Referee pointing to the spot he tied up with Kai Briscoe and hit the deck. And Rodrigue Ele protesting here. Well, the ball came in. And it was Ele. You could see him just wrap up Haji Berry there.
For me, it comes off a throw. Again, too easy. Comes off a throw, flick into the box. At that point, you just need to Ele had good position. There was no need for him to wrap both arms around him. Referee in a great position to make the call. It's a penalty.
Haji Berry has 5 goals on the season for Swope Park Rangers. A 6th here would be crucial for their hopes for 3 points tonight. Barry stopped by Callie Brown.
Big save by Brown. His big frame. Perfect timing to be set right up into the kick. Good push off, full extension. Excellent save.
Another look at it here. Brown guesses the right way.
Great save with the top hand. The push off. Pretty well taken penalty, goes high. Not as high as he probably thought he wanted to. And he comes out. Callie Brown now, big play there. Even just the ease of taking that corner smoothly like that and trying to initiate the transitional play. Could be a game-changing stop if S2 can find the equalizer and then push for the go-ahead goal.
Brown, a player joined last year from Rio Grande Valley Toros. He's under contract with the Houston Dynamo while he was there. And Sounders goalkeeping coach Tommy Dutra has had a lot of praise for the improvements that Callie Brown's made in his time here. Something that the entire Sounders organization from top to bottom really prides itself on, is its goalkeeping.
Yes, Sounders have produced or have had some fantastic goalkeepers over the years. Tom Dutra being a stalwart coach during that development, fantastic goalkeeper coach. Has great things to say about not only Callie Brown, but Brian Meredith, who's also played games with S2.
Ray Sari forced to concede a corner there under pressure from Barry. 5th of the match for the visitors.
One thing to be concerned about is Swope Park are actually getting some good ball delivery on these set pieces and definitely have 4 capable bodies in the box. So S2 needs to continue to be sharp and really look to break on a counter. For me, I'd want the front 3 to be a bit more active in the transitional play. We'll see coming off this. Now, this is the opportunity to initiate the break. This is it. This should be more synchronized. It should be outlets. It should be boom, boom, boom. that's the next level that S2 needs to get to and want to. They have the bodies and capability to transition. Now you see the entire Swope Park defense back and set. Very difficult to break down a team that's back and set in their blocks of 4. But again, a great take by Callie Brown. Calmly commanded his box, comes out with some grace, brings the ball down, and is looking to initiate the break, is looking for someone to lay it off to. That's where it needs to be a bit more synchronized.
S2 have worked its way up to Ulysses. Ball into the box, comes rattling right back. Ray Sorry. Up to Daly. Ball's a little bit beyond him. It's corralled by Roman Knox. One back by Ulysses. Does well to keep his feet there.
Good recovery work there.
Space now, some room to work. And volleyed back across midfield. Barry gives chase, he'll get to this bar. LA closes him down, but they drop it off for Hernandez. Hernandez fights his way inside the area, and another penalty. The second in a 5-minute span, and Ray Sorry is furious with referee Joseph Dickerson. Take another look at it. Tell us what you think, James.
It's a tough one to give. For me, it comes down, we knew that they would be exposed on the break. We knew they were not be exposed. We knew that they had to prevent from being exposed on the break. I think that's a bit of a soft penalty to give, having just given one, but chose to do so. That's where it comes down to being balanced in the attack as you're moving forward, to not allow this penetration, but then also when it does happen, to be confident in the numbers you have back to be able to defend it.
Of course, the question on everyone's minds is, was that foul outside the box or not? It doesn't really matter now, but it's one that Joseph Dickerson had better be hopeful he got it absolutely right, or else he may be asking the impossible of Callie Brown. Now the ultimate act of game theory. It's Haji Berry once more and Callie Brown once more. Does Berry still go to the left? Does he change it up?
Yes.
All these calculations happening at 60 miles an hour. Berry goes right and does not fail a second time. Swope Park climbed 2 goals up in the 65th minute.
It's a very well taken penalty. Chose to go the opposite way, goes high again. Callie Brown guesses the right way. Honestly, he's done well in reading the direction of the penalty kick taker. We'll see it here on the replay. It's a great penalty. Great penalty.
Even the 6'6" frame of Callie Brown would be hard pressed to get to that ball. And now, James, 25 minutes left, and a mountain to climb for S2.
It is. 2-0 lead being the most difficult lead to have in soccer. So if S2, dangerous lead to have in soccer, if S2 can cut it, they still have a chance to get a result out of this game, whether a tie or to come back and actually win this game. So for me, plenty of time.
Hard hit ball up the side. S2 win a throw in. There's some guys who may be able to contribute on the bench, and now another ball over the top for Barry. Barry through once more. Haji Berry and Callie Brown off his line.
Save.
Another big stop.
Again, we spoke about it in the first half and the second half. When you're pushing, the 2 center backs have to be in connection and communication to prepare the break, meaning they themselves have to be in a good position to defend the break, or they have to move guys around to limit exposure even while we're attacking. That's the lack of communication that's happening now with S2. And you've seen them give up penalties, 2 penalties because of it, one on a set piece, an initial throw-in, once off an actual break, and then this opportunity where easily could have been a goal. Great save by Callie Brown.
Another corner from Minter.
This is the break. Perfect.
Ulysses has to go hard up the line. Ball was deflected by a defender. And Swope Park retained possession. And James, you have to get the sense that as the minutes pour on here, there will probably be a couple more fast break opportunities for Swope Park as S2 have to commit more numbers forward.
Yep, absolutely. You're looking now. I'm looking right now at the center back pairing and the communication between the goalkeeper, which we can't always hear, and just the center back and his positioning.
Burt Gilroy. Comes near side for Ulysses. Ray Sari. Threadgold. Threadgold gets it back from Daly. It's a big first touch. Has that gone off his hand? Ulysses, low cross in. And it whistles wide.
S2 finding some joy down that right flank. I would continue to try to exploit it. Sorry. Pops over there is what I was speaking of. Allows Ulysses to get as high as possible. Allows Threadgold to tuck in, combine with Daly. Those are the number of opportunities that I was speaking up in the first and the second half.
Blackwood into Knox. Over to Minter. And a ball in toward
Great
Barry.
ball.
Barry at the back post.
You saw Callie hesitate there. I still think he could come out and read that. His initial thought was good. You saw him hesitate almost twice whether or not to come out. Great opportunity for Swope.
Ray Sari over the top for
Great
Daly. Daly, he goes to chip the keeper. And missed high.
Like to see the replay on this, whether he's trying to chip the keeper or lift it over the goalkeeper or just mistimed the skip of it here. Yeah, I think he just mistimed it. You see him trying to go laces. I think he's trying to hit it, just mistimed the drop of the ball. But another great opportunity for S2. Their inefficiency to score goals or to have end product on the chances they've created has obviously you see them down 2-0 at home with the man advantage. That has to be on target or has to be a goal as S2 look to get additional wins in their tally.
For Gilroy. Up toward Estrada, off target. And Briscoe knocks that ball out of play. Some action on the bench for Sounders too. Looks like they might be preparing to insert Ibrahim Usman. We'll track that over the next few minutes.
Haven't said Hopiau's name a lot in the second half. He has the capability while playing on this left side to really drive in with his right foot, and we've seen him unleash some corkers here at this stadium. So look for him to really possibly have an effect in this game, but he has to demand it. He has to try to keep himself in this game either by his workload, his ability to create off defensive plays, or just demanding the ball and getting in good positions and then doing well when he is in those positions.
Threadgold. Back to Burt Gilroy. That was Hopiau on the ball there. Now it's Ulysses. Ulysses in for Threadgold. The cutback cross. Dick comes out and manages to punch it away. Threadgold gets back to this ball. The flag is up for offside on Denzo Ulysses.
Good assertive play by Threadgold. Again, trying to whip the ball across the 6, which I alluded to. You need a front post runner there, but the idea is great. No need to look up. No need to try to pick someone out as you're making a diagonal run away from the goal. Just to really get your hips around it and try to drive it across the face of the goal.
And it appears now that S2 is getting ready to sub on the Nigerian Ibrahim Usman. Primarily plays as a left back. We'll see if that is where he slots into this formation.
This is the spot I like Sari in. You see he's able to dictate the attack there. He has space, pushes Ulysses high, allows Threadgold to tuck in, and he's able to have it on his right foot. They can consistently get into that situation or create it proactively. they'll easily be able to penetrate from the defensive third, middle third, and in the attacking third.
So John Hutchinson is going to remove Anthony Burke-Gilroy, who'd been playing in the holding midfield, and put on Ibrahim Usman. Burke-Gilroy had a lot of activity tonight, a couple of mislaid passes, but also helped facilitate some of those attacking movements. This is Sorry. Daly. And once more, cleared up the line. Barry drops it off for Hernandez, wants the comeback ball, and that goes all the way through to Brown. 73rd minute, Swope Park Rangers lead 2-0. Milietti. Hopiau.
Great tackle.
Another long ball up the top. And you can see now what the switch has been. Usman now playing left back. Kai Briscoe's gone to the right, and Tenzo Ulyssi is now basically playing as a second right winger. Another dangerous looking ball over the top. LA's got the angle on it. Sorry, surveying his options. S2 seem a little bit static at the moment, James.
They do. They need a bit more creative play. Twice Sorry has gone to Daly there, who seems to be a little bit out of gas, but with a hard center back coming through the back of him, very difficult for Daly to hold the ball up. For me, play an open man, pass and move, penetrate with easy, simple passes, and set up combination plays on the flank.
Milietti over to Sorry. Ulyssi. Ball was looking for Daly. Gone away. How well do you know the USL? Test your knowledge in USLsoccer.com's weekly picks competition every Tuesday, and you could win tickets to an upcoming USL game of your choice. Parker Marr. Up toward Barry, who went down against Kai Briscoe. Now Milietti. Usman making the wide run. Straight up to Estrada, Hopiau. And Hopiau hits that straight into Minter. Comeback ball now. Low service. Scuffed away from Knox.
Hopiau found himself in a great position, having continued his run, but just needs better quality on that service.
Couple of hefty challenges from each team in midfield. Now the ball runs out wide to Threadgold. Daly collects it. Milietti switches the field, goes to LA. Under 15 to go. Milietti. Daly's gone down, not going to get the call. Hernandez looks ahead to Barry. Instead picks out Blackwood.
And S2, without a true 9, is lacking the ability to hold up the ball and hold up play like this. You need true hold up play from a 9.
Barry muscles his way in here, cuts it back to his heel, drops it off toward Blackwood and knocked away by Usman.
With a goal-scoring mentality, and you've seen Daly. He's put a lot into this game, but his inability to hold up the ball in the last 3 times I've seen it played into him is really hurting the penetration play and combination play of S2. If he's not able to do that, he needs to be able to pop into gaps where he's not being forced to hold the play up, but can face players and create off the dribble, off the combination play. But with his back to goal, is finding difficulty holding it up against a big center back coming through him.
That's a team that very much misses the physical presence of Felix Chankum, who about a month and a half ago signed a contract with the MLS Seattle Sounders. Well, you want to keep up with the best social media from around the USL? Join Kelsey Steele every Friday on the USL social media channels for the latest edition of Off the Post. Blackwood corrals that ball. Now Hernandez. Long ball over the top, looking for Minter. This one finds the ground. Ulysses trying to corral him. Wins it, now trying to get it away. Swope Park just trying to tie up the ball for a couple more seconds. Ulysses and Minter both stay down after that challenge. It's a Swope Park ball. And that will go all the way through for a goal kick. Watch highlights of every game from the 2018 USL season and bonus content from around the league by subscribing to the league's official YouTube channel at youtube.com/USL. Hopiao going out wide, finds Ulysses. Ulysses cuts his way in. Ray Sari toward the back post. Well, just a fantastic effort just to keep that ball in play.
It's interesting where they've had Usman playing. For me, he's been almost too wide. There's an opportunity for him to get in the box for a serving opportunity. Hopiao can stay, but he should be that one on the back stick.
Wide open in front of goal is Tyler Blackwood. Would have been a difficult finish, but it would have certainly sealed this matchup.
Yeah, for me, Usman has the opportunity, especially when the ball's on the opposite side, to be in the box or at least on the edge of the box, really up and down the field. So I know he has it in him. I want him in the box whenever possible.
Cross in from thread goal, toward goal and wide of the post. Hopiao took that on his left and couldn't redirect it across the face.
Again, from flank play. Great ball by thread goal. Good effort.
Well, Will Little now waiting to check in for Chase Minter, who has rapidly developed a cramp in one of his legs. A little more gamesmanship and a little more time being eaten up here in the late minutes. Little on now, making his fourth appearance of the season for Swope Park Rangers. Has only played 36 minutes. Often finds himself put in situations just like this. Milietti picks out Hopiao. Hopiao, a bit of room. Usman making the overlapping run. Service let him down. Briscoe gets this back to Daly. Out wide now for Threadgold. And that one's stopped by Dick on the line.
Don't know if he was serving it or shooting it. Either way, you still want to try to get a near post runner across that. If he's trying to catch the goalkeeper off his line and going for the near post, cheeky play, don't mind that at all. If it's a missed service, still like the idea, but you still, you know, you would want some better quality there. But the idea's been good. With Threadhold on this side, he's been very good at just making the game simple. I'm going to get crosses off. He gets himself in good serving positions and whips in a good ball, and that's all you want. That's all you need right now. You don't need to overcomplicate it.
Ball's found Will Little.
Interesting formation again. You've seen them switch where they're keeping Threadgold and Hopiao high with very limited defensive responsibilities, supporting Estrada. But again, you need synchronized movement off that.
Mar on the ball, going over the top, picks out Blackwood. Two defenders, poked away by Miglietti, and over the touchline. Play restarted along the near side. Up toward Estrada. Swope Park getting a bit of their own high press going now in the late minutes. Just trying to tie up S2 in transition. One back by Swope Park Rangers. Barry hits that to Little, who lost his footing, and it did go off his hand. Play immediately restarted. Hopiao moving forward, drops that off to Estrada. Estrada to his right, spins and fires, and couldn't come all the way square.
Good heads-up play by Usman to play that quickly. Hopiao, again, able to penetrate the defense. Good ball to Estrada. Tried to wrap his body, his foot, and hips around it. Unlucky, but it's a good thought.
Estrada visibly frustrated. And now Ray Sari just dumped on his back at midfield.
Yeah, it's never
tough
fun.
Guy. He's going to fight his way back to his feet, but
yeah, never fun to get undercut like that.
That's a challenge that has been something of a widowmaker over the years for soccer players. Sorry for Ulysses. Usman. Sorry, straight up to Daly. Daly looking to turn. More resolute defending from Swope Park. Usman loses out on that 50-50 challenge. Haji Berry fouled beyond midfield. More time will run off, and you could hear, definitely defender there got most of his foot and little of the ball. Berry certainly taking his time before getting back to his feet. Ball switched across the field. 88th minute. Swope Park Rangers up 2-0 on hosting S2. Time growing short. Sean Karani appears to be getting set to enter the game. James, get the sense that if Sounders 2 are going to make anything happen, it kind of has to happen right about now.
Yep, very true.
Ulysses. Daly. Sorry, looking to go back to Daly. And Parker Marr getting the ball away once more. I got to credit Swope Park's back line. They've certainly been ironclad this evening.
Yeah, those 2 blocks of 4 are difficult to break down, honestly. They've been organized, and they've had the ability to even break on the counter, but those 2 blocks of 4 have been organized and have made it very difficult for S2 to create anything centrally. Most of S2's ability to create in the final third have come from flank play.
Haji Berry now can be subbed off for Sean Karani. And play resumes in the 90th minute. LA over to Sari. Ilieti. Guzman holds that ball in, makes a move here. And can't do anything with the result. Estrada, the cutback cross from the byline. Smash the other way, we're being told now. 4 minutes of added time is what we will see here in the second half. Ray Sari from distance. And Sari's put it wide of the net. And Eric Dick cautioned here for time wasting in the 91st. Dick, the 4th Swope Park Ranger into the book. 3rd yellow card with 1 red. Back in the 21st minute, that seems an eternity ago at this point. Sorry, up toward thread gold. LA picks out Hopiao. Hopiao brought down after the ball gets away. Referee had been playing advantage. Sounders 2 with an opportunity for a free kick here. Just how many will they commit to it?
Need a good delivery here. It's going to be an important challenge for the first and second ball to really sustain the pressure.
Driven ball in from Sari. A bit of a flick on header. Looked like it might have been Milietti that got to that one. And away from Dick. Both teams trying to settle this ball out of the air. Just over a minute and a half to go, and James, if you're S2 and you're unable to get a result here at home, what do you take from this match?
Tough. I think it's the exercise of playing with a man advantage. If anything, I think this highlights the fact that they do need to continue to develop their wide play. They need to create an identity off the break and counter, especially if they're going to have 3 guys up top, knowing that they are giving up a lot of set pieces and corner kicks. And especially at home, to be able to create more chances and take your chances at home. So I feel that there's some, some things to look at and work on. We always know that the effort's there. But again, this league is too good to really not win your home games and expect to finish well in the standings.
One thing Sounders too do have going their way, at least right now, they have games in hand on pretty much the rest of the league. This is just their 15th match. They'll play their 16th on Sunday here at Cheney Stadium at 1:30 against Reno 1868. And that will be a match that has very crucial implications for the rest of their season. Seconds to go now.
And S2 definitely in need of a true 9, just for hold-up play, to really connect things. Someone that has a frame, that is able to hold the ball up, connect guys into the play, hold the ball up and draw fouls, allow the team to breathe. But a lot of one-touch flicks from players that aren't used to playing with their backs to goals necessarily.
Whistle's gone for full time here at Cheney Stadium. Frustrating evening for Sounders FC 2, who despite playing up a man for close to 70 minutes in this one, suffer a 2-0 loss on the back of a Felipe Hernandez goal in the 10th minute and a penalty kick from Haji Berry in the 65th. Just now for S2, reconvene back to the drawing board, and like we mentioned, get set for Sunday. James, your final thoughts on this 90 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll be hard done. They'll look at this and feel that this is a game they let slip away, especially being up a man for so long. And then again, an inability to score goals at home. They'll look to rectify that on Sunday. You have to be able to score goals at home. You have to be able to win your home games. Critical in this league. It's too good of a league to not be able to do so. And Swope Park deserve kudos. They came out, had a professional display, professional performance. They were able to battle back, create chances even with a man down, and a well-deserved victory for them, 3 points.
Well, that's going to do it for our coverage here this evening on ESPN+. Your final score, Sounders FC 2-0, Swope Park Rangers 2. For James Riley, I'm Andrew Harvey saying so long, thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.